What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. This series of videos I'm working on currently is about my GTR and kind of doing a mild rebuild. I'm doing it in phases. This first phase is actually me removing the subframe. I'm going to redo all the suspension, all the subframe bushings, all of the bearings, all the bushings. I'm going to get the front suspension redone as well. I got a big brake kit I'm putting on, all that kind of good stuff. But today, I just got the subframe out, so what I'm going to be doing in this video is actually breaking it down and getting things cleaned up, so I'll show you what I'm going to be doing for that. This subframe is actually going to get a weld-in reinforcement kit from GK Tech, and then I'm going to get everything powder coated, put a whole bunch of new suspension arms and everything on it. The suspension arms that I have the lower control arms from Nismo. The rest of the arms are from either Voodoo 13 or SPL parts. So some quality pieces are going to be going onto this. Yeah, let's get into it. Start disassembling this thing. All right, I'm going to start breaking this thing down. I'm going to take this piece off first. This is where the this is the attesa control stuff. It's really freaking dirty. I mean, that's gross. This was the chassis ground that I broke, if you can see it or not. I'll have to replace that. Got some ABS sensors to remove. And this guy, might do that one the old-fashioned way. Well, the ABS sensors look like they're pretty hard to get to. Otherwise, I could just take this whole thing off, but the ABS sensors are still attached. So, might be able to get to it from underneath. We'll see. All right, I'll let you know what I do in a second here. Alright, now before I take this last one out, I'm going to make a mark on here so that way I know exactly where I left it. Just like this. Put this gold marker. On this side too. Alright, I was able to get the ABS sensor. It's 12mm. And man, it's in a tough to reach area, that's for sure. I used this swivel to actually break it free. Now I think I can just use my fingers to actually undo that bolt. Here's that bolt. That's the first one loose. Now let's do the other side now. Got both of the ABS sensors free, and everything else should be disconnected. So I should be able to just take this thing off. Yeah. There it goes. Go put it down over here. I got that off now. Start breaking the rest of it down. That's what it looks like. Man, that thing needs to clean up. 30 years of grime. Subframe bushings actually don't look that bad. Get right down here and look at them, but these actually, they're old, but yeah, never mind. They got a pretty good amount of movement. Yeah, they're old anyway. Yeah, you can see it's starting to crack. There's cracks there in the side. Cool. Anyway, let's continue tearing it down. 36 millimeter. You got to take this piece off. This one's actually really pretty rusty. I already done the other side, and it took a little bit of time to actually get this old cotter pin off. So remove the cotter pin, take this little cap off, and then 36 millimeter, you hit it with the impact wrench. It pops right off, no problem. Then you actually have to pound the axle out with a hammer. Yeah, I used a urethane tipped hammer, and it works just fine. So let's get to it. Put this pry bar in here like that to keep it from turning around. Easy. By the way, this thing, awesome. 1,000 foot-pounds of torque of brake free. Get yourself one of these. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this thing off of here, so I'm starting to take the rest of these pieces off, because I might actually have to take this and see if I get it pressed out. I guess we'll see what happens. I'll let that PB blaster soak in for a little bit, and then I'll try and hit it with the hammer again. So in order for me to get this axle out, I am going to try and use this 3-jaw puller. What this should do is, because this hub is actually bolted on to the knuckle back here, so the hub should not move at all. What it should do is, this should apply pressure right here to the axle, and it should push the axle right out the backside, which is what I'm hoping for. We'll see how it goes. I got this thing set up. It should be tight on here. This is an 18 millimeter. Wow, that is a lot of pressure on there. Gosh. Nothing ever easy, huh? and this thing just does not want to come out of there. This is really crazy because the other one came out like no issue at all. This one is just does not want to go anywhere. That's crazy. Incredible. Well, I gotta come back and try something else. Alright, here's the situation. I could not free that axle from this hub. I ended up having to take everything apart. Took the whole assembly over to my buddy's shop, who did an awesome job for me and was able to get this thing out. Anyway, shout out to Brian at My Dad's Automotive. It took 20 tons of pressure and a torch all over this. You can see all the heat marks to actually break that thing free. But the good news is I got brand new this. I got a brand new wheel bearing. I'll get this taken off and cleaned up. I'll get this taken off and cleaned up. And then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to continue disassembling the subframe, and we'll get this all taken apart and cleaned up. Let's go. Alright, I got everything disassembled now. Last pieces to come off are these brackets, and then I'm going to take the diff out. Then the subframe will be completely cleaned up. I need to cut out the subframe bushings. This one you can see is completely dead, leaking all of its fluid out. Yeah, 30-year-old bushings are definitely in need of refreshing. Over here, I've got this knuckle completely disassembled. This is the wheel bearing and hub that were completely seized to the axle. So that one is dead. Good news is I got brand new hub and wheel bearing, and I got a new seal. So this will all get cleaned up and taken apart. I'm going to actually get this all cleaned up as well. I'm actually going to cut off this lip because I got a big brake kit. The rotors do not fit with this lip on there, so I'm going to be grinding that lip free. Yeah. Anyway, this is what it looks like when it starts, and then I'm going to disassemble this one now too. But you can see this one actually spins pretty freely. This one actually, this axle came out of here easy. This axle I had to get pressed out. But you can see that it basically doesn't even turn. And it's hard to do it one-handed. See if I can hold it with my foot. But it's really hard to actually turn this wheel bearing. It's dead. I actually got a theory. I think that this wheel bearing had gone bad even though it wasn't making a whole lot of noise. This wheel bearing actually had gone bad, and I bet what it was doing was just getting really hot, and it basically seized that axle inside the splines, which made it almost impossible to get out. Anyway, that's the theory I'm going with. Everything's disassembled and kind of in pieces. Let me show you. So I got the attesa unit over here on the side. I got a couple of the L brackets. These are all set so that I can get these powder coated at the same time the subframe gets powder coated. This is going to get cleaned up. Knuckles are both removed. These are going to get cleaned up as well. I actually was able to get the inner piece of this subframe bushing out, but I couldn't get wasn't able to actually get the whole thing out, so I'm actually my buddy's shop is going to do that as well. Axles are removed, the old sway bar is removed, and you can just see how bad these ball joints were. This stuff is all just destroyed. Doesn't matter though, all of this is getting replaced. Everything's new. I have a Nismo arm for this. I have Voodoo 13. Basically the rest of these arms are done by Voodoo 13 arms. This is an HKS high power silent exhaust. It's all stainless steel. This is actually going to get cleaned up and I'm going to repolish that, so that'll look nice when it's done as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so thanks for watching that one, getting the subframe broken down. And once I have it all reassembled, I'll go ahead and get it back into the rear of the car and buttoned in, and I'll make a video of that when I get to it as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.